That was a clip from John Candy, I Like Me, which you produced. Thank you for doing that.
Yes, this is a public service.
I think so. It was kind of like a lifelong dream. I couldn't believe 6 years ago when I discovered there hadn't yet been any kind of really definitive documentary on John. And he's somebody I've always looked up to. He's somebody that's imbued in all my work. All three Deadpool movies have John Candy Easter eggs. I'm always carrying the Canadian Mounted book from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles somewhere in the movie each time. And Paramount, which is my home studio, makes me license it for $5,000 a pop, which is kind of them. Thank you, Paramount. And then he's just one of those comedic actors who was as good, if not better, off camera than he was on. He was everything you'd ever hope or dream. He would be never punched down. Yeah, he really was a good person when nobody was watching.
Which is the most important. Tell me about some of the challenges. I would think that it would be pretty easy to get people line up interviews to talk about their relationship or what they thought about John Candy, but you had one challenge in particular.
Well, look, I did two of these interviews. Colin Hanks directed the film, directed the hell out of it. I mean, just
he's an amazing director.
It's wonderful. He also has another documentary on Tower Records, which is great. But everyone said, well, this is going to be the easiest documentary ever do because everyone's going to be lining up to. And for the most part, they were. But boy, howdy, Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd are not easy to track down. In fact, there was an entire documentary about trying to get an interview unsuccessfully with Bill Murray. But I just said, screw it, I'm going for it. So I did everything I could. I think he used to only communicate via fax, which is a bit of an outmoded indulgence now.
Yeah, it's wild.
And so I finally did get his number. The voicemail was to a Greek shipping company, but I knew that was going to be. And he eventually called me back, and our first encounter was he just launched right into Ryan, who was the godfather of the spit take? And then we got into a mild but pretty vibrant argument over Desi Arnaz or Danny Thomas. Of course, Danny Thomas perfected it, but Desi, I think, was the first to do it. Sort of like basketball in Canada.
That's where it started.
Naismith invented basketball in Canada. America, you guys nailed it. Got it.
I love that that's how you had to begin into your discussions of John Candy.
Yeah, finally, it was my children that secured the interview because I was desperate to get Bill lived with John for 2 years, right?
Right. Wow.
So I needed him, and I made a video for him. That's when I know.
With your children?
Like a hostage video. No, no, it was like 11 o'clock at night, and the kids just got out of bed and wandered up. 2 of the 4. There's 4.
I know.
Wandered on over, and one of them climbs up. So I'm making the video. I'm like, don't you do it. Don't you dare do it, because she'll just choke you out, my five-year-old daughter. And then the other one, my 2-year-old, comes in. He just starts screaming, I'm awake! I'm awake! And I look at him and I go, tell Bill to do the interview. And he goes, do the interview, Bill. And that's what did it. 2 seconds later, I get a, what do you need for the interview? What do you need for John Candy? And he showed up and did it. Yeah, it was amazing. He was very gracious.
He did it for the children.
He did it for the children and for John. He's very gracious.
Thank you for being here. We'll send a helicopter next time for you. John Candy, I Like Me, premieres Friday on Amazon Prime.